All right, the Crew Motorfest legendary parts. If you're new to the crew, you probably don't really know how this upgrade system works. That's a little goofy, doesn't really tell you, but you want to go for all the yellow parts, the legendaries. Now you can re-roll your affixes, okay? You can check your stats, and you can re-roll them if you go into this menu. This is where the end game of this comes into play. You can get more bucks, you can get set bonuses, you can increase your loot. So we're going to go in like the best way to get legendaries, the best way to farm legendaries, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. So first thing we're going to do here, go into your profile, go to your driver, and then go to your legend points. Now for whatever reason right now, we only get 15, and I think every summit we get a little more. I don't really know. The last game you could just farm however many you wanted. So right now I have them in the bucks, 15% bucks gain. So if you see there's reset page, I got my 15 bucks back. Okay, now if you look here, these it tells you what it does: increase loot quality and increase loot drop, nitro power. All of this you can roll onto your parts. Okay, and then you have the vehicle ones. You can also get these, and gameplay just I don't think you see these on the parts. But anyway, what we're going to look for here, we're going to look for Goldfinger and Lucky. All right, Goldfinger and Lucky. Now, parts, okay? If you go to the shop, maybe you've already looked, you see consumables here. You see the little orange nuts. Now, if you see, I got 54,000. If you played the game and you've been getting whatever tier, say street tier 2, it's what, 750 is top. Say you start getting a bunch of 750 parts because you've grinded up to that point. Whatever you don't need, just get rid of. I'll throw up a clip here while I'm talking. Just go and just sell everything that's not top tier. I would even sell the greens and the blues. You have common, epic, rare, or common, rare, epic, and legendary. Now, you can buy, you don't have to spend real money. You can spend the bucks that you get in the game to get more of these, but you get plenty just from breaking it down. Okay, so if we go to upgrade here, so basically look, if you scrap a green, which I think I scrapped on mine. So if you scrap a green, which before you do that, make it easier. If you didn't see my video about it, I will link it just in case you want to see about re-rolling. Go into accessibility, go to motor, and convert holds to presses. Turn this on, okay? Go do that. Trust me, you want to do that, because if you don't do that, you're gonna have to sit here and hold square every time you want to scrap. And you can, once your parts fill up, you can go to your mailbox under your driver menu, was where we just were, and you can just scrap all. Or since you're gonna have a ton of parts like here, you're gonna have to go one at a time and just sit here and scrap. But we just got 100 for that. So common parts, if you scrap, you get 100. Blue 200, pink 400, and if you scrap a legendary, you get 1,000. Now as far as re-rolling goes, to re-roll a blue, we're not going to use this card just because I already got the legendary. So here you're not going to have stuff on your stock parts or your green. So blue, pink, and yellow is where you can re-roll stuff. So if you look here, the blue, it takes 50 of these consumables. Click on Affix here, and you can re-roll your stats. Blues cost 50, pinks cost 75, and the legendaries, the yellows, cost 150 to re-roll. So it's not too bad here. So what we're gonna want to look for is Lucky and Goldfinger. Now, the blues, you can only put one. So if you have epic parts, this is the way to go. Click on it, go to affixes. You can also put bucks on everything. So another thing is with the blues, it goes up. So blues are kind of capped at a certain percentage. The pinks are capped at a little bit of a higher percentage, than the legendaries can get even higher. Like as far as the legendary goes, you can get 25% loot gain. I don't know about the bucks, but it's a lot. Plus you can get a set bonus. But anyway, look, you're gonna go and you're gonna hit recalibrate here. Okay, we're gonna go for perfect increased loot quality, 14.1%. So I'm like, all right, it's not a max roll. Do it again, 7. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go back down to 14.1 because it's obviously higher. We got a 15. Boom, put that on. Now we got Lucky. We want Goldfinger. So we're just gonna keep doing this until we find Goldfinger. So we're just gonna keep going. There we go. We got a Goldfinger. Sometimes it takes a while. So increased loot drop. Now we're going to roll for perfect 3%. So now we got Lucky and Goldfinger. What you're going to want to do is get Lucky and Goldfinger on all of your parts on whatever. So another thing I didn't mention, when you get parts, you only get parts for the car you're racing on. So if you're doing a Street Tier 2 race, you're only going to get Street Tier 2 parts when you finish that race. If you want to do this for, say, rally, you need to do this on a rally car, whatever you have equipped, and then go to a rally race. If you're doing the grand race, whatever 3 cars you use, you're going to get parts for that. But when you're farming, so this is Street Tier, we got Street Tier 1. So we're going to farm for legendaries on Street Tier 1. So by doing that upgrade, we want these stats, Lucky and Goldfinger, on all of our parts. So I'm going to go do this on my RX-7 because I have legendary parts on this. I'm going to roll it. It's a lot more. And we'll get into my other video. I talked about the set bonuses. So look here, Bucks Magnet. If you get that Bucks Magnet set bonus on all 7 parts, you will get 15% more bucks. And then you can roll bucks on each of those parts. You can increase your bucks an insane amount. But go ahead and do that. And then once you do that, we'll go race and just do a race, whatever race you want. If you want to find the fastest race you can do, find the shortest, amount of time it takes to finish a race and farm that over and over. And then with these extra boosts, and I think I didn't do it while we were there. Go to driver when you reset your legend points and pump them into Lucky. Okay. So now we have plus 30% loot quality on top of what we're going to have. So that's big if you're looking for legendaries. So you might ask yourself, okay, what's the point of getting legendaries? When you're doing the playlist for the first time, you use cars, and then when you go back, it's just for you to grind the game and play and have fun. You don't use them on the grand race because it's fair PvP. I hope eventually they put a mode in where you can use your parts. So this is mainly going to be for grinding money, grinding the summit every week. With the summit, if you put the modifiers on, depending if there's like a drift event, put the drift modifiers on, put the modifiers on that times your score by 2. It works for the activities, like say there's a drag and you keep seeing these people with these like crazy numbers. You're like, how are they getting these numbers? Well, usually they're dropping out of a plane and hitting it at a certain angle and keep rewinding and rewinding. Or you can get a drag car and go super fast and then increase your multiplier by 2. There's all kinds of stuff you can do here. Look all over the stats in the driver legend points menu and you can see what you would want to roll for. So I'm going to go ahead and roll these. For example, here, this one, increase scoring by 6.6%. You can get up to 10% in all point-based feats. If you put that on all and get the set bonus on the multiplier times 2, you're going to score some really, really big points. I'm just not seeing on this piece. You're going to roll through a ton of your little nuts here trying to get what you need, especially on legendaries. There we go. Lucky. Now, it's not the best roll, but we have it. So now every time we roll, we will guaranteed have that every time. So we can just keep going until we get max roll here. And please, worse. Please, 22. Come on, 25.5%. Now that's just on one part. So it's huge, all right? So like I said, I'm gonna do that for all these parts real quick and then we'll come back to it. Another thing I just want to point out, like I said, the tiering, the percentage goes up each time. So if we look at this piece, right? We have 3% Goldfinger, 15% Lucky. If we go to this one, we have 6% Goldfinger and 25% Lucky. So that's why once you get legendaries, you can increase your chance to get more legendaries for your other cars. So you can have like a farm car, have a setup, and just go from there. All right, so as you can see, we blew through like 40,000 of those orange consumables and about 253, even 400,000 bucks, because it does cost money. $1,500, $150 on these legendaries, and it takes a while to spam through. But our loot drop is increased by 39%, and our loot quality is increased by 168%. Okay. Now, if you go look at your driver profile here, with our legend points on top of that, we get increased 30% loot quality. So we're getting almost 200% loot quality. Okay, so I just wanted to double check. So this is just on the car. So this 168 is just on the car. So when you pair that with our legend points here, we have 168 plus 30%. We're getting 198% increased loot quality. So we are going to see legendaries out the ass, boys. All right, so once you set up your car, you got your car in whatever tier you want to grind parts in for your other cars, get into that. And like I said, there's set bonuses. I'll link the other video down below. I'm gonna go do let's go do, I think there's a pretty quick race in Liberty Walk. I think it's this one. Let's go do this one. Now, I'm not looking for bucks. I'm just looking for something that's quick, okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut to the end of the race. Actually, make sure whatever car you set your car to custom, whatever car you just did all this bonus for, okay? Make sure you do that. And then set your mode. I would even do clean driving so you can get some more bucks out of it. And you'll be good to go. Now, I do want to point out, once you start getting a bunch of legendary drops, yeah, you can go put them on your cars. You start looking for set bonuses. So then you can put that set bonus on all 7 of the parts in their car so you can get that set bonus. And then if you start, you're going to start getting extra legendaries, and then you can scrap those for 1,000 of those consumables at a time. So once you kind of set up a car once, you're going to get so many legendaries that you can just scrap, and you won't have to worry about spending the bucks to get more of those consumables and really grinding. All right, so in the Street Tier 1, 227, not horrible. Let's see what we get here. It's because, you know, we took off all the bonuses. So as far as parts, let's see what we get. Wow. Okay, we try again. All right, game, come on. Give me that streamer privilege. There we go. We got legendary brakes. All right. Retry. Time. Legendary brakes again. And we got a front bumper. So out of 4 races, we've gotten 2 legendaries. And these races only take me 2 minutes, 25 seconds. So in 10 minutes, I've got 2 legendaries, which isn't bad. I mean, it's just how this game is. It's how it goes. Let's go see what we got, what kind of perks we got on these brakes. I wanted to try something here. Now this race is a little longer, right? This is the first, it's Groundworks in Liberty Walks, the first race. There's 2 segments of this race, so you can select your car twice, and I'm hoping that we get 8 parts instead of 4, which would make this a better farm. So let's see here what we get. Okay, we do get 8 parts. 9, 10, 11, 12. You get 12 parts. I just see we didn't get a legendary. Sometimes you can get 6 legendaries in there, you know, but this is gonna be probably your best bet to farming for legendaries. You can do this in any car. I'll show you guys real quick. Pull up your playlists. Go to Liberty Walk here. And yeah, this first one, just port to it. And if you go and select, so there's 2 parts of this race. So whatever car you're farming with, see it says 1 of 2. Boom, select, boom, select. Then you'll get what we got, 11 parts. Boy, and just do that every 4 minutes. That's a lot of parts. It's a higher chance. I'm gonna do it again to see if I can get legendaries. All right, let's see how many legendaries we get this time. We only got 1 out of 12. I mean, still, you've got better chances. You could, like I said, you could see a ton more. It's just for whatever reason the game's being stingy with me right now. But I mean, you have a better chance of doing this than anything else I've found so far. I mean, 12 parts in 4 minutes. That's with a Street Tier 1. You do it with a Alpha Tier, if you're doing with that Alpha GP car or something, it's gonna be quick. All right, so currently on our brakes we have Score Breaker, multiply points and feats by 2. We got on here, multiply the treasure density by 2 if you're out in the world, which you get a lot of money from doing those treasures, so just keep that in mind. And then here we got multiply nitro duration by 1.5, so you get 50% bonus to your duration of nitro, which can be huge, especially in summit races. But anyway, boys, that's how you farm for legendaries. Find a quick race, put all those modifiers on as affixes and just get to grinding. It's a car RPG. I like it. I think it's cool. It sets it apart from different games. I know a lot of people hate this shit. I think it's cool, man. And then, yeah, if you don't want those, like, we can go put that on freaking, I think our fair lady here, yeah, needs some brakes. So we're just gonna pop that on and then we can re-roll. And this one's got the bucks. So if you do 3% on each one, right, you can get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21% bucks plus 20 here. You get 41% plus to your bucks. Just saying, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Anyway, boys, you know the drill. There you go. Go farm some legendaries. Subscribe. See you on the next one.